Natural hair care. Like, what are your thoughts on it, and when did you actually go natural? Let's start there.
My journey started almost 10 years now, in 2013.
How about
when
you?
I call it divorcing the creamy crack. It is. So I've been on this journey twice. The first time, I think it was probably 2003 or 4. Did the big chop. Then the creamy crack was calling me because I just didn't even know how to deal with it. And then the second time happened just in 2020.
Okay. I think for me, I would like to say I was a hybrid.
Okay, before we go any further, your definition of a hybrid is?
In hair care.
Because 75% or 85% of my head was natural.
Mm-hmm.
And the other 25 to 10 to 15% was
that
perms, because that was the leave out. That was the leave out when I was, rocking wigs and shit, right? Okay. So I kind of like gradually got into it. And then at one point I was just like, enough of the wigs, enough of the weaves. Mm-hmm. Because it was really weaves I was rocking with the leave out. And then I said, enough of that. Let me just do it. So I did the chop. That was in 2018. Rocked that for a good year and a half. And then I was just wearing like protective styles.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So it's been, 100% I would say 2018.
Best decision I ever made.
I think so. But the other thing for me too is like, even with like leaving that creamy crack, like I was only perming my hair probably maybe 3 times a year.
Mine was twice a year, every 6 months. Yeah.
No, mine definitely was more frequent than that. This stuff is tough, man.
I was doing that because this was before even the neutralizers.
Yeah.
Where it was just supposed to tame your curls.
Yeah.
That's why I was doing the perms twice a year.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't even I tried the neutralizer one time and I didn't care for it.
Yeah. I think I tried that one time too. That wasn't working for me. But I would have to go more often, way more. Like I was in that 6 to 8 week window.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What's interesting is when I was perming my hair, and the reason why I started to do it less frequently is because I couldn't take it because I was like Malcolm X.
Yes,
mm-hmm.
Yes.
When you put that fucking shit on my head, I was like, get that shit real quick. It didn't matter if you based me or whatever. It was like, I was so sensitive. The moment you slapped it in, you had like a time frame, a significantly small time frame.
Me and my stylist used to argue. She's like, bitch, I just put this shit in.
Don't need it in there. And it burns.
Yes.
And B, I don't even need it that long for it to do what it needs to do. So
I can't say that either. So when I tell you this, listen, man.
So were you guys using the regular, the mild, or the super?
Oh no, I would do.
Go ahead.
I'm trying to think. So I think I would do like a mild. Sometimes you never know what they do. When you go in them salons, you don't know what the hell they're giving you sometimes.
I was using Dark and Lovely for years until Optimum came out. Optimum was way better, but I still only did mine.
But you relaxed your hair yourself?
Yes, I didn't go and get mine.
Yeah,
that was too much money.
I had to go get mine done. I've made too many attempts. Again, scalp too damn sensitive, and it take me too long to get it through my scalp before I'm ready to take the shit out.
You'd have to perm in section.
As thick as my
hair
15,
is, maybe 20 minutes out of me.
As thick as my hair is, I'm telling you, that's mild. Wasn't doing a damn thing, and I was in the super category. It's okay. Listen, don't get me wrong. I love my hair. I love the thickness of it, but let me tell you, it's hard to manage. It's still hard to manage.
Using like perms and stuff like that, like the creamy crack, totally, like I could not keep it on my scalp for a long length of time. And I would get into arguments like you with some of the beauticians because they're like, oh, it's not going to take, first of all, because they always thought if you get in a perm, you have to keep it on forever. And that's not the case for me. And also, too, you slap that shit on in the front of my head, before you get to the back, you got to take that front out. You needed to do it in sections.
Yeah.
So, and then after I had my kids, my scalp got even more sensitive. So I couldn't do it.
No.
For me.
I never had that issue. As in, the first time I got it done was at a salon. I was 16. And then after that, I couldn't keep paying the washing set plus that. So I figured out a way to perm my own hair.
That's right.
Yeah.
And I've been doing it ever since. But I wouldn't leave it in any more than 15 minutes, and I was always using the mild.
Mm-hmm.
And I would put it on just enough to, I guess, penetrate, and then I would wash it right out. I never left it in too long.
Yeah. Salon, home, whatever. I just, at some point, I couldn't deal with it. And I didn't even think about, after having kids, how probably my scalp had become more sensitive. I didn't even put that together. But I did notice as I got older, it just wasn't working. Literally put it on, like you said, wherever you start at, you wasn't even getting to the next section before you had to take that stuff out. So I tried perm my hair at home too. Same thing. It didn't even matter. And of course, it takes me longer. So I wound up, man, I don't want to tell you how many sores I had trying to relax my own hair. That was the other thing, them damn sores. But
I remember that. The sores, like when just from it burning you.
The hair be stuck
to it. Yeah, man. When you think about it, it's like.
Boy, I never had that happen.
Oh, yeah, child. Then the hair be stuck, the burns.
I did that happen the first time I did my own hair. I figured that shit out real quick. But to piggyback off of you, the difference for me was it wasn't so much my scalp was more sensitive. I couldn't use Dark and Lovely anymore after dating.
Okay.
So I went to Optimum, and then towards the end I was using Just For Me, which is for kids. Because that's when I guess it was just changing
the sensitivity.
Yeah.
I tell you one thing, shifting over and like accepting the follicles that come out of my own head, like that is something that, because we're so bound or have been historically bound by like these Eurocentric standards of what beauty looks like. And we just have learned to assimilate. I know I have, especially in corporate America, where, the Crown Act that's not even 2018, and it's still getting adopted in other states, right? Yep. So, having to have, like, I never wore braids
to
work until 2018. I never ever did. And it's like you start to assimilate, and you're like, this is what you do because these are the standards. And then it got to the point I was like, man, I'm not doing this shit no more.
Yeah.
Like, this is who I am. Like, and so for me, that acceptance and not even moving to have the fact that I've transitioned from going natural and just accepting my curls, however the way they come and look. Because sometimes you could be looking like Frederick Douglass. You wake up in the bed, you be thinking you the shit. You take that bind over whatever scarf you got, and you be like, woo, shit. But in accepting that that look and just loving yourself. But I still wasn't accepting it 100% until I started this lock journey. When I started this journey, it forces you to, not to say I didn't accept myself before, because I did, but not to the magnitude of this. Like, you are forced to be like, especially if you're committed, to wake up in the morning and be like, I appreciate the different way these tentacles are facing. I appreciate my inner Coolio.
My experience was different because I've always loved my curls. I just didn't like them all the time. The good thing about my hair texture was I was able to blow it out, and it would give me a couple of days without kinking up. The only reason why I even started perming was to keep the straightness longer during those times that I wanted it to be straight. But other than that, I've always loved my curls. And then, unfortunately, the issue that I was having with my hair thinning and balding in one particular spot, I just realized the chemicals was doing something to my scalp and making it more sensitive. And then I also had to take in consideration balding is on both sides of my family, so it is a hereditary trait. But as of 10 years ago, it makes 10 years November of this year. Best decision I ever made. I've loved the journey. I cut my hair 3 times during that journey just to make sure that it was completely natural and there was no more chemicals in my system. And then now I've been locked for 2 years and 5 months. We'll never go back. It's looking good. Like,
Love it.
I even went as far 2 weeks ago and cut layers into the front.
I was looking at it. I was like, okay.
So I'm ready to throw some green and blue wax up in there.
Okay.
Next time. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Some little green, blue highlights.
Mm-hmm.
All right, now.
Love the colors.
Yeah, we know.
I wish I could get her color.
You could. I mean, look, I like to color because I think it's just it's an extension of what I'm feeling like at that given time.
But did you?
You know,
you had to bleach it before to get.
But remember, I had copper.
Okay.
So the copper was still in it, and then
so your hair was technically already bleached.
It still had,
copper, yeah.
And then I just switched, but
and that's what I'm worried about. That's the only reason why I haven't done it yet.
Yeah, well, that's another thing. It does take a toll, but I'm finding like now with the whole like even with locks and just the natural hair movement, now you can see it more in corporate America.
Yeah, because they finally getting there. Yeah. They stop asking us, did we cut our hair after we take our extensions? Nah, they still be asking that shit. They still be asking that shit. So so anyways.
The worst experience, no.
They do.
No, the what
I'm gonna tell you why. But go ahead. No, go ahead. So yes.
The worst experience I ever had, I was working at a particular company. And this is just before I decided to go natural. And this one particular woman just couldn't, I don't know if she just didn't like the fact that I had long hair, but the very first interaction with her when she got hired and she started working in our department was, "Oh my God, is that your hair?"
That one too.
Mm-hmm.
What kind of, first she said, what kind of wigs do you wear?
Oh.
We both looked at each other. And one of the coworkers was like, "No, that's her hair." And she says, "Oh my God, that's your hair." And they actually had the nerve to ask me, could she touch it?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Now, usually I get looks or they would assume that I'm mixed.
Mm-hmm.
But to actually ask me to touch my hair, no, that was my first.
Mm-hmm. I've had a white man at my job at an offsite when I had the shortcut. When it was like really short on the sides and long on the top, and he was like, I just want to go like that." He did. He's like, I just want to, and I was like, no. He's like, can I but don't do that,
right?
You know, he's like, but he, you know what? He naturally wanted to just touch it, and I'm like, where the fuck you grew up? You ain't see black people? Or you just didn't, you saw us, but you ain't touched nobody's hair.
We still dealing with the freaking, what's the shit with the
Crown Act?
Not the Crown Act, the other shit.
Rovers, what are you talking about?
The Me Too movement.
Oh, yes. This is
after all of that, man. All was going on.
He got caught.
No, actually, no. The time frame this happened was before Me Too. Because remember, my haircut was short.
So
that was before Me Too.
So that's why
he ain't know this doing.
That's why he thought he could get away with saying that. That's
said, what in the hell is going on here?
He wouldn't do that today, though.
Was he an older gentleman?
He ain't that much older than me.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's older than me, but not that much older. And he can get them little drinks done. He got courage. He's like, Shaq, let me just gang. I said, what? And that didn't occur to me. You know, I'm still like, what you want to do?
Yeah.
He did. I was like, whatever.
I'll tell you.
Yes, because you know I used to wear it like I used to curl it and it'd be all funky. And he was like, he was like, I love it. I just want to.
Because
I said, what the hell is that?
You just having a rock on moment.
Child, I don't know.
Curious George. Anyways, so like I said, I've been on this journey twice. And I will tell you, so my youngest daughter is the one who pretty much inspired me because I never forget. I think she was about 11 or 12 and she was like, I don't want any more relaxers. Mm-hmm. And she's been without the creamy crack ever since, about to be 21, right? Mm-hmm. So she did her research. She tried products, trial error, whatever. Mm-hmm. And I just watched her on her journey and like she done figured out what works for her and then mastered it. She does her trim. Mm-hmm. She does her colors too. She done been green or whatever before. But she just watching her navigate the process. So now she's helping me as I begin to navigate it more freely now. Because when I think I started in 2020 again, but it was in protector styles. It was either the faux locks or extensions or whatever have you. Never just my hair. Mm-hmm. So it was after the passing of my grandmother. I took the extensions out, sat there, and it was before we taped last time. I was like, am I crazy? I'm getting ready to tape tomorrow. I'm pulling out these damn extensions, gonna wash my hair and just figure it out. Mm-hmm. So like you said, you just have to just sit there and you have to love every strand, however it goes, whatever. So So as I continue to figure it out, you guys know I'm leading towards too. You know, my journey is going to be a lock journey eventually. I just haven't committed yet.
That's fair.
That's fine.
Committing.
I'm just happy y'all even considering it. That made me proud.
No, I've been considering, even when I was wearing the faux locks, I was considering it then. I just kept saying, I don't know if I want to get to that commitment, because I'm not as brave as her. She'd be like, fuck it, this hair, just cut all the fucking shit off.
You know, I would.
Because first of all, I could be that brave if I could tolerate a wig. I can't stand wigs. One thing, I could not deal with the damn wigs. Tried it, wasn't for me. So if I ain't got nothing to latch onto that shaved head, I can't be thinking about, no, it's just here, cut that shit off. Right?
I feel you.
So in any case, so I like I said, I've been thinking about it, and that's where my place to end up is going to be is with locks. So, but right now I'm enjoying just wearing my natural hair and no extensions, no nothing, and getting to get comfortable with that.
Isn't it like a freeing feeling?
Yeah.
It's just freeing. But it's liberating.
Yeah. But I will tell you, like I keep telling y'all, my hair is not the easiest to deal with this shit. Got anger management.
More difficult than what it is.
My hair got
She done had it on her hair for all her life.
Management issues, like,
it's stubborn.
Does what it wants. Yes, it's like me.
You're not having a good hair day every day.
No, we be tug at war in the morning. But you know, I'm like I said, I'm figuring it out, and that was the other reason for the protective hairstyle. I don't particularly like doing my hair. I had 2 girls.
Yeah,
they hair like mine. So doing their hair all those years, I think I was like, listen,
you was over
easy way out. Whatever I can do to just get up and rock and roll. But yeah, I'm enjoying this.
I misses my doobies. I do miss it every night.
I don't even miss it.
What you want that? You want to do that flip?
That's right. I was blessed with the nice hair, so I used to love.
What?
My
Listen, no, nice hair. No, wait. What's nice hair? No. I want to hear.
Don't let us eat you up on
what is nice hair.
Because my hair nice. I think her hair is nice.
Even though we fight,
you're talking about
nice
Eurocentric standards of what is considered to be perceived as nice hair. That's what you're referring to. Because everybody's hair.
Let me rephrase my
please. Thank you.
I was blessed with
healthy hair. Can I find a word for you?
A little bit more easily manageable hair
than my other sisters.
Okay, that's fair.
That's
tell you. I don't know what I'm gonna call her. I'm gonna have to give her a name like Tabitha. calls Donna. I gotta find a name for her.
Listen, and when you go through the lock journey, because let me tell you something, because we already established she don't do the bonnets, right? But when I take that bonnet off, either the shit, if I just did a retail, either it's gonna be mad into my head, or it's gonna be like,
that's me, man.
And the thing is, but that's what forces you, like, you take it off, you look in the mirror at yourself, and you're like, you're beautiful, and you tell yourself, you look at your eyes, look at your face, you see yourself. You're seeing there's no filter, like you are beautiful, and then you start to appreciate, like, oh, look at this strand and look at that strand, and it forces you to appreciate you. You show up as yourself, and you start to love every bit of yourself a little bit more.
3 or 4 months for that, because I would not step out the house without a hat on when I first established my locks.
So
everybody's different.
I tried the first couple of days, even though I was happy that I did it. But behind closed doors, I was like, what the hell was I thinking when I did this? But I trust the process.
I trust the process.
I did the hat thing. I did what my sister has on her head right now, trying to make it all spruced in the front. It started working out for me, and when I noticed it starting to swell within a couple of weeks, I was like, oh, okay. Slowly started slipping off that hat.
So my honey, right, I was telling him, he's been trying to encourage me to go get the locks too. I said, I want to get a little bit longer. So I said, if I start now, I'm gonna be looking like buckwheat. He was like, buckwheat had to start somewhere. Like, damn, nigga. But listen,
Buckwheat had to start somewhere.
Buckwheat had to start somewhere. But that tells you how supportive.
There you go.
Like, that's it, right?
But that's the thing too. You need the support. Yes. I mean, it's a whole community. It's a whole tribe, but then some of y'all on them Facebook things, y'all too serious. Because everybody's so critical on what is the right lock, is whether it's sisters, whether it's mic, whether it's freeform, whether it's this. Everybody's so rigid. And I'm just like, that's not why I embarked upon this journey. Like, I really wanted to, it's more about, don't get me wrong, I love myself, but it's about preference too. I wanted the look, but I also was like forcing myself, even if it was subconsciously, to be like, look within you, get back to you, get back to ground. And every day, let me tell you something, because there's where they say, oh, bad hair day. Then some people are so rigid, like, there's no bad day. How could you be bad? You know, angry at the stuff that grows out the scalp. I'm like, bitch, there's sometimes
it's a bad hair day.
Like, this shit look horrendous.
Yes.
But again, that's that Eurocentric stuff. And it's not. But that's what I'm saying. Some of those groups are very like, But I laugh at some of those comments.
Because lots have upkeep.
They absolutely
if you don't take care of them, it's going to be a bad
It's going to look a little funny style, you know? So I am embracing the journey. I'm only 2 months in, but I'm embracing it because it has truly forced me to really look deep within myself and start to appreciate me and to start to appreciate myself even more so than I had in the past. So I'm excited. I wanted to of course, when you start this journey, you want to lock right like that. You want it to be instantaneous, and that's just not. You could, one could do that, but I really wanted to go on the process and just go the process of I have different size locks and lengths and combining if I need to combine and do I really am interested to see what my hair wants to do and how it conforms to maybe what I like or not like, or maybe I will conform to what it does. So I don't know. I'm enjoying that type of getting grounded and back into yourself and not being set in beauty based on Eurocentric standards, which is what we have been taught our entire lives. So I'm happy to move away from that and really accept
that all that for me. And then not the daily maintenance. I mean, you gotta take care of lots, but it's not that daily get up and do your hair.
Oh, it's a beautiful thing. Like less than 30 minutes and you're done. If not even sometimes.
That was my whole point of protective styles too. I just wanted to get up and go.
Yes.
Be able to embrace myself, all that good self-love stuff. But that get up and go, ain't nothing like that.
It's like you get up and you're ready.
Sleep in the bed.
There you go. No, because seriously.
Meditating, praying, whatever it is you do.
Journal.
But 10 more minutes of your time.
You get that. And
or whatever, however long it takes you to do your hair.
Yeah, but it's like you wake up, especially I can't wait to this. So now there's still some manipulation, but it's not as much as it would be if I didn't have it. But I can't wait to get to the point where it's like literally you wake up, you take out, and you just be like, it's done. Your hair's done.
Yes.
Not even that, just letting your bun down.
Well, right now we ain't got bunnage. We don't have no bunnage.
I had a little pushback the other day.
I got no bunnage. Yeah.
Let me tell y'all been here and y'all been past this phase. I'm catching up to y'all, but this has been a tough one, but a pleasant one as well. Very appreciative of it.
I will say this: Sheba is very disrespectful with the grays.
I was gonna ask.
They have their own mind. They have their own attitude.
What are you talking about?
Gray hairs.
Oh, because I was gonna ask you about that.
Disrespectful in the worst way. When she come,
all of them are.
Every last strand, because you try to lay them down in one particular.
Them motherfuckers is wiry.
No, I'm not.
My shits is wiry.
I want to be here. So you placing it using the spritz. Trying to use a little hairspray, just keep that, put it on your finger and rub. No, she going to file business. Like you just gonna have to deal with it today, miss.
So let's talk about that. Part of embracing yourself, looking at yourself, seeing yourself for you with your natural hair, however it is, twists, locks, whatever you do. About the grays.
Oh no, they make no mistake. Like I accept myself, but damn it. I color, because them grays got to go. Like, I'm not ready for them shits. Let's be clear. Like I always say, I've always had some gray hair since 16. But usually like onesie, twosies, threesies, maybe 5.
You had one here and
they will always come back. So that's one thing. But now,
more than you want to count.
What? Nah, I'm not. So I get it. And that's so there's a standard. Not standard. It's like it's measured, I guess, right? So of course I'm gonna love myself no matter what.
But you're gonna love yourself the way you want to see yourself the way you want to see yourself.
Of course,
and that could be whatever. Let me tell you something. My great grandmother.
Mm-hmm.
Today she left this earth, and I will tell you, she made us go get the dye because she was blessed enough to know that she wasn't going to be able to be here on earth, and she was able to allow. I should say we were blessed enough for her to be able to let us know how she wanted us to handle things. Mm-hmm. So, but she was like, get her sparkling cherry red dye because they're going to dye her hair.
That's right.
She did not play. So she left this earth. The beautiful gray hair that grew out her head when she wasn't keeping up with the dye as she did. Mm-hmm. But she wanted her hair dyed red. So she loved herself because you can tell my great grandma nothing.
I know that's right.
She's her fine brown frame. That's all she talked about. And she liked her red hair.
And ain't nothing wrong with that. I think so. I'm just not there. I'm just not ready to embrace any grays or anything like that. And I like the dye, and I'm gonna continue to do that. And I don't see anything wrong with it.
Right.
I didn't want to color my hair, so I was finding different ways to get color that I wanted. Mm-hmm. And I tried some of the waxes, and they actually are pretty good as long as you know how to do it right. Mm-hmm. It does not run on your clothes. It does not run or get on your skin if it's done right. So I've enjoyed that. Mm-hmm. But it's been 2 years, 5 months. I will say up until 5 weeks ago, I decided to dye my hair, at least to the color of my ends. And I tried it, but at least it's lightened a little bit. But I really don't want to dye because it's still the same way as if you was to dye your regular hair. At some point, it starts to dry out. It does do damage. And I don't want there to be damage to my locks.
Well, it's drying, right? Yes. So you definitely have to moisturize. That's a whole other thing.
That's another thing. Yeah.
If you go on them little Facebook and them lock groups, everybody's it's almost one thing is good for research, but you damned if you do, damned if you don't. Don't wash. Yes, you're supposed to wash. Don't moisturize. Yes, you can. And everybody has a different. You want to know why?
Yeah.
Because everyone's hair is different. So what works for you may not work for me, and vice versa.
Right.
You have to find your own thing.
Yeah.
So what works for you, I'm thinking to some degree, what may have worked for you in your natural loose form, probably will work for you in the locks. You know, in terms of like moisturization, especially if you dye your hair. I've always dyed, so all right,
you know what you need to do.
Yeah, I'm gonna moisturize.
I
you know,
always wet my hair now. I just don't wash it as often. So I will go 6 to 8 weeks now without washing my hair. If I jump in the shower, I may run water through it. But throwing soap on it, no, I haven't. And that's the one thing that I've noticed. I'm not putting as much product in.
Oh, no, you don't. Yeah. No, absolutely
not. I use either rose water with glycerin in it. I use aloe vera juice. I never use water anymore until I'm ready to wash. And I use black castor oil.
Yeah.
That's what I use to oil my scalp.
Yeah, I do the castor oil as well, and I do like a rose water peppermint thing.
Tea tree.
Yeah, but for me, like, I don't think so far. Again, I'm only two months in, but I tried to even push it past like 5 weeks, and maybe because I'm too
used to washing. Yeah.
No. I was gonna say like maybe because they're not locked, so I'm finding. Maybe that's not probably not the answer, but they're starting to marry quick. So I know at that 5, and I know that's natural. That could happen, but I'm noticing like if I try, I haven't pushed it to 6 weeks because I don't know that would work for me.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So I've been at 5 week mark. That's what I do, my thing. And I just try to keep it now because of the change in the season. I also know my hair gets drier.
Yes.
So now I got to really moisturize it a little bit more than what I did, particularly because I'm also colored.
I haven't oiled my hair too much this summer.
Salute.
I noticed that I don't even need it.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Oh, salute. Yeah. That's another reason why I also wanted to delay lock up because my hair wasn't in its most healthiest state either. While it's thick, it is. It's very dry. Thirsty. So I'm trying to get that moisture in.
You got that during the summertime?
No, my hair's always been dry.
Okay.
But it is because when you products and stuff before then, and then just going to protective styles. You don't always oil. It doesn't get the oil and moisture and stuff that it needs because it's in that braided style or whatever. So
you're actually the first person that said that, because normally during the summertime, your body is already producing its own oils because you're getting more vitamin D.
Yeah, but this is like years of damage of not being moisture. So my hair's never been in the most moisturized state. It's very dry, very brittle.
Some of that also has to do with what you consume, I think.
That's true.
I think a lot of like listen, our bodies are, whether it's our skin, hair, a lot of it has to do with what we are consuming and the foods that we eat as well. And that shows up in your skin and your hair for sure.
So do you know your cycle? Do you know when your hair grows versus when it stands?
No, I do not.
Something that you're going to need to learn.
Okay. Why?
You need to pay attention to that because your hair reacts differently in different seasons. Like for me,
as
I just said, but you're supposed to. That's how you're learning your hair.
I'm telling you, I'm in that phase now. Since the last it's only been 2 years that I've been really focused on me and my hair being in this natural state since 2020. Well, 3 years now.
I'm going to pose this to the audience. Do y'all know your hair cycles? I've never, ever paid attention to
when it starts to shed.
Only when I was pregnant, I knew that shit came out.
No.
I don't never
had an issue with your hair shedding more in one particular season.
Never. Oh, no.
Nope. The only time I've ever had an issue with my hair shedding, and it was excessive shedding, I was in a job where I was super stressed.
Well, that was
super stressed, and my hair was full. Like I was having like bald spots, sporadic bald spots. But that was under a certain different circumstance. But I've never paid attention to to me, every time I wash my hair, some of my hair come off. But I never.
But that's natural.
It's natural.
Right.
Nothing anywhere from 75 to 100 strands a day.
Well,
they're supposed to.
I read that in the book, but I don't know that.
Even when you start researching sister locks and all that stuff, it tells you that.
Oh,
yeah.
But I've known that for years,
to know.
though.
Yeah, I don't know that I have like a specific season where my hair grows. It does its thing.
Yeah. I know it never grew past a certain length. My hair will grow like chin length, and that's it.
The longest my hair got was just above my butt.
Yeah, and I never went past chin length. And then I just used to cut it all the time, so I never got a chance to test it out. So I have no idea where I will end up at in this journey. But
knowing what you know now and the journey that you've had with just beauty standards, and whether that be your hair, whether that be like wearing makeup, not wearing makeup, all the different beauty standards. If you had a child today, a girl.
Okay.
Now we all have, each one of us have daughters. But if you were to turn back the hands of time, knowing what you know now, would you have done things different in terms of what you might have instilled in your daughter?
No, because my daughter has taken all my natural routines that I used to do to her hair and my hair and incorporate that into, she still does it at 34. She went natural when I went natural back in 2013. But unfortunately, she likes wearing wigs as her protective style. But her hair is gorgeous. She has like bra strap length now. She still decides to wear wigs. So.
And there's nothing wrong with that.
And there's nothing wrong with it, but I hope she decides to embrace her curls. But she's not big on her natural hair.
Well, see, this is what I'm saying. Let me ask the question one more time. Knowing what you know now and how you embrace your natural, would you have shifted the way you raised your daughter based on the standards and what you live by right now? Do you think you would do things differently and really like instilling and really trying to instill that love yourself? You don't need a weave, or would you? Because right now you're not wearing those things. So do you think you'd raise them a different way than what you did in the past?
No, because I'm not big on weaves and wigs neither. So I've always said to embrace your natural hair. Because she was the one that really pushed at an early age. And I tried my best to, but her grandmother, it didn't matter. So that was one of the things I guess I disagreed on. Her being encouraged to perm my hair versus not. I don't know. I mean, I probably would have pushed the sister locks on sooner, or tried to instill having a true understanding of what that meant and what that entailed.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, no.
Mm-hmm.
No.
What about you?
For me, I'm gonna say no for a couple of reasons. One, I've encouraged my girls about everything. Every decision that they make, it needs to be their decision.
Mm-hmm.
So if that came down to beauty, whatever it is, it has to be their decision. They need to be vocal about it, respectfully, but be vocal about it, because I wasn't that way. So, so I feel like my answer would be no. I wouldn't do anything different, because I see how my kids have navigated these stereotypes or whatever, and for the most part, they don't fall in it. And they do things the way they want and what they feel and what they like for themselves. So whether I was very vocal about it or not, they figured out how to navigate life like that way. And like I told you, my daughter stopped relaxing on her hair way before I did.
Yeah. So. That's growing up in a different time where a lot of the younger generation like really pushed things forward.
Yeah.
So that's why I think we see even more adoption of locks even now. It's some of it's trendy. Some of it's a little trendy
because
but
it wasn't talked about as much,
no.
right? They didn't there wasn't no different styles. It was just
it wasn't. Now you go down south, that's all you see more of it. I see more of it down like in the DMV area as opposed to seeing it in the tri-state area, right?
But it's becoming a lot up in the tri-state area as well. I'm starting to see a lot more. And among the younger folks, right?
Yes.
Younger adults.
So no, but that I think that helps drive the charge. And because I feel like when people see it more, even like I think about in corporate America, now you see it. I'm gonna use these words and say okay, but I still think that the people have certain stereotypical thought processes around how we wear our hair, and it's so annoying. But that's what it is.
Did you cut your hair?
Oh, they don't know.
I just got asked that literally when I took. I'm telling you, I only have taken out the braids for 4 weeks now. I'm getting asked, did I cut my hair? No. And I told her, no, I took my extensions out. Straight out. Like, you know this. Well, I'm not educating you on anything. But, I'm not going to, I'm like, no. I took my extensions out, dealing with my own hair now. I'm dead ass.
It's fascinating to me to actually see individuals of a lighter shade with locks.
Of a lighter shade?
Oh, she's talking about white people with locks.
Yeah.
So,
but
that's been for years. That's been for years.
And
that's been for years. But some of them, it's matted up. But some of it is their own personal.
I didn't want to say that.
Journey.
I've never seen in the office.
Oh no!
I've never.
Actually, artsy people.
That is correct. I've never seen it in corporate.
I have. And I'm seeing it more now, and I'm finding that fascinating.
Oh,
but don't you work for not for profit?
Yeah.
Well, that's different. That's more closer to the artsy stuff.
Yeah.
No. But I'm
cultural
saying, it's a little bit more as opposed to like, let's say, an investment bank. No, I have not ever seen a white person with locks working at an investment bank. Never.
I did see it.
Never.
Because that in itself has a certain aesthetic to it.
It does. It's a different look.
Right.
As opposed, if they were in tech, I could see it.
Yeah.
Totally.
All day.
Corporate with the tattoos.
Oh, well, no. I used to see it, but they cover.
Some of them are not even.
Not now, but historically, 20 years ago.
People would be full body covered and you wouldn't even know.
No, that is correct. Yes. But now it's, again, more adopted. Yeah. Like, even for me, like, even when I got this, what, in 2019? No, 2017? It was 2017.
Okay.
Yes. So my other tattoos, I made sure that they were not visible. So with this one, I was like, again, this was me coming into subconsciously coming into who I am right now today, just slowly being infused. Like, because the reality is, I would always put up this is home carer. But then I work at Shack. It's completely, you're not going to get Kara. You're going to get, So, but then I got to the point where it's like, no, I want to do this for me. But I still covered it up until it got hot. And I was like, okay, I can't be wearing long sleeves. You know what I'm saying? So y'all going to get this tattoo.
Right.
Yeah. And then I dare you. Talk to me about it. What do you want to do, right? So, but that's me being more not only just comfortable with who I am, but also like, look, I done proved myself. Like, and what does this have to do with me doing the work?
Doing the work.
Yeah.
Like, cut it out.
Doesn't stop. Because I remember when Starbucks first opened.
Mm-hmm. They didn't want
no
that.
Tattoos,
I remember that.
No face jewelry, none of that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You ain't getting no employees a day, Mr. Starbucks.
No.
But not even that. It's like, to me, it's...
How does it affect
what does
how
that
they're doing their
it's
job?
image. Again, it's that standard. Who set the standard of what you're supposed to look like? And I tie it right back. Clean cut, hair back. Think about it.
Undercover, tatted.
Under, like, right? Think about in the 80s, like the black woman that would be working in corporate, hair pulled back in a bun.
Mm-hmm.
It was all, don't dare wear your hair out. It was pulled back in the, like, coiffed in the right way. Remember, they used to have the DA when he didn't have, remember the DA? That was a little tight, baby. They had that DA, it was shit.
Man,
and but that was, you had your little earrings on and you did your thing. It was all Eurocentric standards.
When I graduated high school, I didn't go straight to college. I went to business school.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I had to go to business school in a skirt.
Wow.
Stockings and shoes.
Stockings. Shit.
It was bleeding outside. I couldn't even walk into that.
Called stockings back then. They were
pantyhose.
Same difference.
I couldn't walk into the school with leggings on because they'd send me home. Bleeding in the dead of winter. I tell you no lie.
But I believe you.
And so when I first started working, I thought I had to wear, a dress and a skirt and pantyhose and all that kind of stuff. It took me a while. I started to see women. This is when things started to change, I guess.
Maybe I got a story for you.
Yeah.
You brought me back.
But that goes again. So the look, hair, dress, women had to wear skirts and shoes and
So this is more recent.
Okay.
When I worked at an organization and the owner was very much old school. Old school. And we were trying to bid for a project or work for a client, if you will. And we were bidding for another investment bank. And I was going in there pretty much the token black child. But either way, I never forget the night before we had did the pitch and everything. He was like, okay, attire. Because he was very big on appearance. And he was like, so he told me and the other girl, he was like, you make sure you wear skirts.
Oh, skirts.
Yes. Skirts.
No pantsuit.
No pantsuit. Skirts.
This was what, 5 years ago?
No, this is probably 2000. Back then it was like 2006.
Okay.
Yeah.
So still more recent.
Women was wearing, because
that's crazy though. That's crazy.
Yeah.
But we
started to not even wear ties as much in 2000.
Oh, he was big on that. He didn't play even the men.
Yeah.
You better not have no facial hair. He was very much old school. Like men could not have none, not even a mustache. He didn't you clean cut. That's how you rolled, clean cut.
So I wonder if in 2023, if he's running that company.
Oh, he's not. He sold it. He already got out. He made his millions, child.
I'm saying, would he still be? Because it's not like that today. It's like. Everything is corporate America is really shifted.
It's different. It has shifted.
Time.
It has.
But the investment bank is still pretty.
They're still pretty conservative. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And some accounting firms they still require.
It's
when you're going on an audit, you have to wear a skirt.
Oh, that's so ridiculous. It's
very
like
independent, especially on the client that you have.
It's like
I was gonna say because a lot of days your attire should match your clients. Like so one of the things was you're not gonna go to a construction site with a suit and tie on.
Yeah.
A skirt and heels.
Yeah. That makes sense. Again, I understand that. But at the same time, it's like, are you getting the work done or not? Right. Like I never forget it, and I'm not gonna name the company, but I was responsible for. Back when I was actually doing recruiting and I was working at a company and it was a marketing position. And mind you, this was probably around 2007. So I'm working for this big company, marketing position, and I found a person, resume was impeccable.
Okay.
The person came from LA.
Okay.
When I interviewed the person, you could tell they had that more laid back, but they knew what the hell they were talking about. The person did interview with the hiring manager, who, by the way, was a woman.
Okay.
She was over the moon. Fly him in. Let's get it going.
Right.
I told you, LA.
Okay.
This is the roles in New York.
Okay.
So just think about that, right?
Yep.
Culturally.
Yes.
The candidate comes in, meets, does the whole interview. Everybody loves him. Hiring manager sits me down. He was great.
Yeah.
I just, I don't know if he's gonna fit.
Oh,
what do you mean? Can you give me walk me through? Like, what do you mean by it not fit? Can you clarify that for me?
Right.
Okay.
Is there something that, did you talk to him about his projects that he worked on? No, it's not that. He came in a suit.
Okay.
But he had those beads. Now, the beads are more popular today. Those black beads. Back then, they were not as popular.
Yeah.
Now, the beads.
Yeah.
Because he had the bead.
A lot of people wear them.
Now.
Everyone.
For sure. Everyone.
Okay.
For sure.
Be clear.
Everyone now.
Yes.
But this 2007.
Yeah, no, I get it.
He had a suit on, but she noticed he showed the beads. He was like, he just might be a little too laid back. I don't know if he's going to fit into culturally. So at the end of the day, he had the skill set. He had the experience. And she told me no because of a fucking bracelet.
Was that all? Could I ask you another question? Because I dare to ask.
Go ahead.
What was her?
They both were the same nationality. They both were the same race. I don't know. I mean, for the most part.
Okay.
Yes. But my point. So again, I go back to standard of appearances.
Yeah.
And
that could be by any race too. So
that's by any race. No, seriously. Yeah. So in this case, I know where you're going with it was like a race thing. No, absolutely, because the same race.
Right.
It's just that his lifestyle was. Not want to say surfer. He did have like that, hey, surfer, what's going on? when he let it go.
Yeah.
But
at the end of the day,
could you get the damn job done?
Right. Yeah.
And because he wore a bracelet, that's what you got from that?
Yeah.
How shallow are you?
Yeah.
And everyone, how many people did he interview with?
About 6. Everyone else, but she was the decision maker, so it didn't really matter. It didn't. She could trump, and then that's a whole nother thing where people don't want to really go against the boss because they may have different whatever. But that's the environment. But I hope that this goes back to appearance and what you perceive that person to be based on what you're looking at.
Right.
We do it all the time. Like all of us are judged. Like we tend to be judgy, but I'm really challenging myself not to be that way because I'm doing more inner work to work on me and just And I don't want to be held by these. I keep saying it, but these damn standards. I'm not gonna because we were taught, like when you think about it, us growing up. Now we're older now. The difference is with the dolls. All your grandkids or kids can have dolls of all different. Hues. But for us, it was a white doll.
Yes.
It was a white doll.
Yes.
All right. And it wasn't until later then you started to get the black babies, but for the most part it was white. Again,
and the black doll ain't had no hair in the head, it was plastic.
You know what I'm saying? Right? They didn't do us right. And then so as a black kid, now you're hugging on a white doll. Like these, again, it was Eurocentric stand. Men, they not all black men, but a lot of black men gravitated to the woman that had the voluptuous hair.
And so you think about that because of how coming up, that was the look. And
that was the look.
You are
subconsciously that's what you're fed down,
yes, right?
Yes,
because this is what
sit down and get that hot comb, girl. Let me press your hair on my grandma. Press that hair, right? Right. You put that hot comb on that damn stove and get it through. So these are the things. They only knew what they knew. They only knew what they were exposed to and what they were trying to do, what they thought would be beneficial to us. And then in turn, we would cascade that messaging on based on how we were raised. Yeah. But now it's like you see more of I'm loving it. I love that people are embracing their hair. I'm loving that people are embracing their styles, like even how you dress, just everybody doesn't have to look the same.
Not the same at all. Yeah.
I love it. Yeah. Absolutely love it.
I was going to say the exact same thing. Like, while it took us some time to get here and get comfortable, I'm glad to see that more and more people are doing it, and the younger people are doing it. I'm glad my kids have I'm learning this, kids seem to think everything as a parent. and that you can't learn something from them. But
they forget you're human.
Exactly,
they are human.
You're just parents. You're just mom. But anyway, I'm glad that I'm actually learning this, and experiencing it with my daughter, because we talk about we go shopping now together to look at like it's a bonding moment for us.
Yes,
so I'm glad we found that. So
it's beautiful. But you know what? What's the next thing? So as you embark on this, because I look at this as self-care to a certain degree.
Yeah.
What's the next area of focus for you on your self-care journey?
Really taking 100% time for me, because right now it's been very hard shutting off the 12 different things that's going on in my head, even when I'm trying to go to sleep at night. It's gotten to the point where it's frustrating. I'm not sleeping well. And I'm trying to find different ways of, even when getting hit off every now and then, it still does not shut off the thoughts in my head. So it's a
temporary solution.
Yes. I need to find a way to be able to just completely 100% zen out.
I feel you. What about you?
Mine is mental health and physical health. Working on those two things trying to do it simultaneously, because I think they go hand in hand. So when you feel good physically, you feel good mentally and emotionally. So yeah.
I'm definitely on that journey of just getting my mental together. And I agree with you 100%. That coincides with the physical journey and getting back to myself. My next step is, or each step that I take is another step that's getting closer to me and who I'm supposed to be at this point in my life. So that's what I'm working on. Yeah. All right.
So if you're considering getting your locks,
she's gonna push this. She want everybody in the world to get locks.
Go for it.
Best decision you ever made.
No, I believe I'm loving my decision.
The process.
Yeah. Well, y'all gonna watch me on my way to the journey.
Yeah.
Joining the lock community. I'm getting there. So it's just a matter of getting my hair to a healthy enough state that it will sustain and be healthy in that journey as well.
Yeah. Welcome. Come on, child. Come on.
I'm coming. I'm jumping in. I'm diving in.
All right. Cheers to another.
Yes.
This was pretty good. Pretty good.
Yes.
Here, salud.